everyone, so today I'm going to be ranking all of my cream products, specifically my cream blushes, bronzers, and highlighters, and I just thought this would be a fun video since I've been really into cream products lately and they seem to be really on trend right now. And I actually don't have too many cream products. I haven't accumulated very many yet, and as we know, I'm on a no buy or low buy, so I haven't been buying many, but there are a few others that I have on my wish list that I might end up purchasing in the future. But today I'm just going to be talking about the 20 cream products that I own right now, and I'm going to be ranking them. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the one we have in the number 20 spot is from Pixie. This is their Multi-Balm Sheer Sculpt Stick, and I actually have two of these. So one is a blush and one is a bronzer in the 20th and 19th spot. And the reason I rank these so low is because I honestly haven't used these very much, but they are not as creamy a formula as my other cream stick blushes. So I don't like these as much as my other ones. I feel like they're a little bit harder to blend out and harder to work with as well. So I also haven't used these very much, so I can't rank them really high just because I haven't completely formed an opinion on them yet. But yeah, I don't know which one I like better. The blush is a really natural everyday shade. It almost barely shows up on my skin, and the bronzer is a really nice like contouring shade. So I mean, they're not bad in any way. I do like all of these products, or else I wouldn't have them in my collection, but these would just have to rank last for me. The next one is a highlighter stick from Ciate London. This is their Dewy Sticks, and I have mine in the shade Glow. And the reason this is ranked pretty low is because it is a beautiful highlight, and it almost looks like it gives that really natural dewy glow to the skin. It almost looks like, I don't know, you just apply an oil to your cheekbones sort of, and it's so natural and it just looks glossy. But the reason I don't like this as much as others is because it does give that sticky feeling to the cheeks, and it doesn't really dry down at all, so it is pretty tacky. So that's kind of why I tend to not reach for this product as much as other ones, and I don't like it as much, even though it does give the most beautiful glowy effect to the cheeks and just makes your cheeks look glossy. So if you like that look and you don't mind the stickiness, I would definitely recommend this, but it's just not my favorite. Next, I have my 3 mini deluxe size sample products from Nudestix, and Nudestix honestly I feel like is very overhyped, but ranking in my least favorite out of all of these is the highlighter in the shade Hey Honey, because this is almost too deep for my skin tone. I can pull it off in the summer, but in the winter months it will definitely be too deep for me. But it is a really beautiful highlight, so I kind of would be interested in trying their lighter version of this. I think they have one that's pretty similar, just a little bit lighter. But even then, I feel like Nudestix is not really worth it for the price. So the other two, I have Sweet Peach Peony, which is one of their more glowy blushes, and I haven't used this as much, but I tend not to reach for peachy blushes for some reason. So yeah, I feel like I need to get more use out of this to form a full opinion on it, but I just included it with my other Nudestix products because they are pretty similar. And then I also have the shade Sunkissed, which is my favorite shade in the 3 of them, because it's just the most perfect like everyday brownie neutral shade, which is the kind of shade I like for everyday. So yeah, I would have to rank these a little bit lower. First of all, just because I think you can find better products for cheaper, and I feel like they're just very overhyped. They're not really, I mean, they are good and I do like them, but I find that like Colourpop cheek products are just as good, and they're kind of similar products, so I don't think they're worth the price at all. And then the next product I have is one from Benefit, and part of the reason this is ranking so low is because Benefit is not cruelty free, but this is their What's Up highlighter, and this is the most beautiful like champagne perfect everyday highlighter. and I do really love this product, but sadly cruelty benefit is not cruelty free, so I will not be repurchasing this once I finish it, and I do still have a ton of product left. It's definitely going to take me a while to go through this. But the next products I have are from Colourpop, and you'll notice in my bottom I have all of these stick type products. That is because these cream products in stick form are not my favorite. I prefer cream products that are like in a pan or like liquid cream products. So you'll see when we get further down. But yeah, these are the next ones from Colourpop. So I have these shades Avery, Under Pressure, and Aloha. And I really love this Colourpop formula. It's really creamy and easy to blend out, but it's not too creamy, and I find that these are not sticky on your cheeks whatsoever. And my favorite shade out of these would be Aloha. The other two I honestly haven't used very much just because they're a lot brighter, and Aloha is just a perfect, more everyday shade. So I have gotten a lot of use out of this, and I really like this shade. This is, again, my favorite shade that I have out of the three of these. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with these, and I do really like them. They're just not my favorite way to apply my creams in this kind of stick form. Ranking next, I have a few of the Colourpop Super Shock cheeks, and these are all highlighters, but I have the shades Dreamcatcher, which definitely would rank at the bottom out of the three of these just because I haven't gotten much use out of this. And I feel like it's a more unique shade. It's like a peachy duochrome color, but I haven't gotten much use out of this. I definitely need to use this a lot more. And then I also have the shade On the Cusp, which came out with the Kathleen Lights collection, and this is a really beautiful highlighter. It looks pretty deep in the pan, but on the cheeks it works really well on my skin tone, and it's a pretty intense highlighter as well. And then my favorite one out of these three highlighters is the shade Lunch Money, which is just a perfect everyday color, and I do really love this, and I definitely need to use this more as well. But I definitely have gotten a lot of use out of this, and again, this is my favorite one out of these three Super Shock colors. And then I also have, ranking next is kind of a dupe for the Colourpop Super Shock cheeks, but this is from the brand Space Case, and this is in the shade Seen from Space. And the reason I rank this higher is just because it's a really unique shade. It almost has like a greenish tone to it, but it's like a really pretty gold, like almost green color. It's unique with at the same time being like pretty natural. So it's right there on my hand. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but I find that this is just a more unique color. And this is really the exact same formula as the Colourpop Super Shock cheeks. So, I mean, these would rank pretty much evenly, all four of these Super Shock cheek products. And then I have one of the Super Shock cheek blushes. This is in the shade Aphrodisiac, and this looks kind of scary and really deep in the pan, but on the cheeks, it's like the most beautiful everyday color. So I definitely do really love this, and I've just been applying it with my fingers. I believe this is in my Project 10 usage, or no, it might be in my Shop My Stash right now, so I will have that video linked if you're interested. But I have been really enjoying using this, and it's just perfect for every day to throw on with your fingers. So now we're getting down to the top 5 products. So in the 5th place, we have the Ilia Color Haze Multi-Use Pigment, and this is a newer product to my collection, so I haven't used it too much. This is in the shade Before Today, but I do really enjoy these kind of liquid blush type products, and this is pretty pigmented as well, and I find that it's a more unique shade. It's almost more like cool toned than any of the other blushes that I have, but it's a really pretty shade, especially for the fall time. But there it is right there, and again, it is just a pretty natural everyday color, so I find that this is another easy one to just throw on with your fingers for every day. And it is pretty pigmented, so a little bit definitely does go a long way. But I got this in that Sephora Clean Beauty kit, and I did do a whole get ready with me video on that, so I will also have that linked if you're interested. but I do really love this, and this is one of my favorite products that I got in that little kit. So this is definitely one of my favorite cream blushes. Then in the 4th spot, I have the e.l.f. Little Duo in the shade Bronzed Pink Beige. So this is just a blush and a bronzer, and this was recently in a project pan, so I did hit pan on it. And I find that this is a really, really good quality product for super inexpensive. So if you're looking to try out some more cream products, I would definitely recommend starting out with this. And these are pretty pigmented, but obviously you can also sheer them out. But I find that they are really, really creamy, and they're really easy to blend out as well. I just really love this formula, and especially at the price, it's a really good deal. And I like that you get a blush and bronzer in one, so you can just take this with you and be pretty much good to go for your face products. And in the number 3 spot, we have sort of a similar product. It's from Costas. This is the Color and Light Cream in the shade Tropic Equinox. And this, again, is a really, really pretty blush and highlighting shade, and this is the exact kind of blush that I love wearing for every day. And this highlight is also really pretty. It doesn't have any glitter or anything like that. It just gives a really nice reflective glow to the cheeks. And the reason I like this a little bit more than the e.l.f. Duo is because this is, I find it sort of easier to work with. It's definitely a lot more sheer, although you can build it up to get pretty intense color. But I find this is just more like beginner friendly and harder to like mess up. So I definitely like this a little bit more than the e.l.f. one. But again, the e.l.f. is a really good option if you're looking for more inexpensive products, because this is definitely more on the high end side. But I do really love this, and I have been getting a lot of use out of it recently. And then ranking in the number 2 and 1 spot, I have some of the Flower Beauty blush bombs. In the number 2 spot is the shade Nectar. I just don't use this shade as much, and I haven't gotten as much use out of it as the other shade. So it is like just a really pretty peachy color, and for some reason I don't reach for peachy blushes, but I discovered that they do look really pretty on me, so I definitely need to reach for this more often. For some reason I just thought peach does not go with my skin tone, but I do actually really enjoy it as a blush. And then in the number 1 spot, we have, again, the Flower Beauty Blush Bomb. This one is in the shade Cinnamon. This is definitely my favorite shade. It's that perfect everyday shade that I like. It's a little bit more like brownie and neutral toned, but these are the most beautiful liquid formula, and they are a little bit different to the Ilia. I find that these are very thin and easy to blend out. They're also like pretty sheer, so there is right there. They're sheer, but at the same time they're also pigmented. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but this is so thin and it almost feels like nothing on your cheeks. So I do really love this blush, especially for everyday. It's my perfect everyday color that I love to wear. So this would definitely have to rank in the number 1 spot. And that is it for all of my cream products. I don't have too many, luckily, or else this video would have been super overwhelming. But let me know down below in the comments what some of your favorite cream products are. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I do post new videos 3 to 4 times a week. So if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.